finally, pretty much the end of the program, and we've saved the best for last. Jeff Keane.
Thank you. Please sit down. Yes, I'm Jeff Keane, up here with my many Keane descendants, including my sister Gail, my brothers Neil, Glenn, and Chris. Chris, just look for the gray hair. You can tell which ones we are. And I'm the youngest of the 5 kids. And it probably comes as no surprise that I'm also the favorite. Yes, we were all the models for the kids in the cartoon. I know you're all wondering where those cute, round-faced little children are and saying, geez, what happened to them? Well, this is what over 50 years of exploitation at the hands of our father did to us. Ron Clark, former mayor of Paradise Valley, contacted me and said, the town of Paradise Valley was interested in creating a statue to its favorite cartoonist. I said, wow, that's great. Let me see if I have Charles Schulz's family phone number. No, he said, it's your dad. Well, to say we were overwhelmed is an understatement. Our parents loved their Arizona life. So, we would get to put a statue here. Wow, but what sort of a statue do we do? What should it look like? I started out with what my dad would have felt was appropriate for himself. I immediately looked up statues of presidents, popes, the Statue of Liberty, Colossus of Rhodes. Then I figured I should concentrate on what we thought would be appropriate for Dad. Well, Dad was an excellent artist. He really appreciated great art. Maybe something that pays homage to the great sculptures in the world. Yes, Michelangelo's David. And then I thought, no, nobody wants to see that. I mean, he was in good shape for an 89-year-old man, but no. Oh, how about The Thinker by Rodin? No, that guy's naked too. All right, I quickly realized something clothed would represent Dad best. But what? His cartoon was appreciated by so many people because it captured recognizable moment in time for so many families, and those are the times we treasure. So maybe something Dad had done could be the inspiration. Back in the early 1980s, he had a series of Family Circus porcelain figurines. I'm sure you all remember them. They sold well into the dozens. One of them was Daddy giving a horseyback ride to the kids. And there it was, a moment showing the simple fun of enjoying time together as a family. And it came from Dad himself. Pretty appropriate. But we'll make it our dad giving his cartoon kids a ride on his back. So my brother Glenn and I did some preliminary drawings. Looked good. But where do we go from there? How do we end up with a finished statue? That's where I feel Mom and Dad were looking down on us and drew a little dotted line trail leading from ideal person to achieve our goal. And each of them, I'm eternally grateful. First was Mary Hamway, the former vice mayor of Paradise Valley, who spearheaded the backing of the town itself. She talked to the town council, promised to raise the funds, and then actually did it. A politician who actually did what they promised. Now that's unique. You're never going to make it doing that. Mary introduced us to Ed Riley, owner of the Bronzesmith Foundry, who knew exactly how we could create a memorable sculpture. He had done it before with the Barry Goldorf statue on the corner of Lincoln and Tatum, and was more than happy to oversee its construction. Then he brought in Deb Gessner, the only sculptor, I believe, who could take our crude drawings and pictures and turn them into these incredible three-dimensional clay forms, and then be brave enough to sit quietly and allow Glenn and I to tweak her hours of work while we were saying things like, I don't know, the toes aren't round enough. His face is good, but it needs less smirk, more grin. Maybe you should raise it 1/4 of an inch. can you pull off the head so I can make it smoother? And do you mind if we just cut about 2 inches out of the middle of each kid and see if that looks better? Next came Bob McNair, along with the Scottsdale Railroad and Mechanical Society and the Stillman family. Bob, overseer of this quite amazing park, walked around with us, pointing out various places we could place the statue. And that started the whole ball rolling, till it became what we have here today. But getting from there to here would never have been done without the Aquilinas, the last of our godsends. The Aquilinas, Drew and Lisa. Oh, interesting fact. The name Aquilina means eagle in Latin. There's no real connection to anything pertinent. But I had to take 3 years of Latin at Brophy, and it finally came in handy. When the maquette was produced and people saw it for the first time, I saw the same reaction on so many faces. There was this grin they'd get, and they would nod and circle it. What people seemed to like about this statue wasn't necessarily the likeness, it was the feel, the emotion. Finally, I want to express to you that this is such an honor for our family. One of my dad's most quoted cartoons has Dolly saying to Jeffy, "Yesterday's the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present." Well, thank you all for making this day such a gift to us.